Okay, Gemini. Hi, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Okay, Gemini. So, there's a transition here. There's a blending of energies. It's insane. Actually, it's super cool. It's super cool. You guys are super cool. It's super cool that there is so much crossover and similarity between the Aries, Taurus, and Gemini readings. And it makes sense because about a month ago is when I posted only the Aries, Taurus, and Gemini new moon and Aquarius readings. And then I paused for a few days, and the Gemini collective really came in, Taurus came in, and the Aries collective, like that video, it's still getting more views, but it's, 700 and something views. And for my little baby channel, like that's a lot. That's cool. It's cool. The reason why I'm saying all of this is because I just posted Aries and Taurus new moon and Pisces reading, and this is your Gemini new moon and Pisces reading. We have a new moon in Pisces on January 27th. And what's today? The 24th. And so after, I woke up today yeah, we're gonna get work done. And after only doing the 2 readings, I felt my back hurt, which was kind of weird. Maybe how I'm sitting, but that's odd. But I felt kind of tired, a little bit drained, oddly enough. And because honestly, you guys pump me up. Doing this pumps me up. But I also know how to take breaks in between. And why I'm saying this is because I figured, you know what? I'm going to take a little breather. I'm going to take a little break before I tune into Gemini's energy. And got myself some orange slices, my favorite snack right now. And to get another orange, I went down to Trader Joe's and just picked up a few things. I didn't need much, just a few little things. And Miley Cyrus' Wrecking Ball came on while I was checking out, while I was leaving. And that song came through. I channeled that song. Even the music video, which I don't think I've ever sat down and watched until just now. And it's I was whoa, this is kind of intense. And so honestly, Gemini, I think we're doing a love reading. And I'm feeling this oh, that sounds so nice, but also resistance. And if you have prominent Taurus in your chart, then watch the Taurus reading. But if you also have prominent Aries in your chart, there are some similar cards from the Aries readings. There's just I trust that if I'm tuning into this energy, it's not just funky other energy from something else. It applies. Especially when I specifically take a break to go and get a breather. I was I need to just do a little breather, refresh. Got this card. Breathe. And as I'm pulling cards out here, it does look like there's past residual breakup energy that is... There's pain that's not wanting to be felt, and I totally get it. And I feel kind of bad that in the Taurus reading, it both the Aries and the Taurus reading alluded to releasing past, and it did come up with like a past relationship maybe. And so I'm seeing that like there's this energy here for you too. And part of the resistance is my own, but I can't help but feel like it's going to resonate with some of you. Now, the good news in this love reading is that there's actually some really nice loving energy making its way in. I have the Knight of Cups on the table, the Two of Cups on the table, and the Ten of Cups on the table, and the Nine of Cups on the table, which the Nine of Cups has come out in all three of the readings today. For your angel cards, we have light, delight, and depth. The depth was in the Aries reading. Answering the call on the bottom of the Sacred Traveler deck is here, just like it was in the Aries reading. The time is now, it says. But also in the past, there's been impasses. There's been weasel energy. So I'm seeing you really nurturing yourself. I'm seeing you focusing on your healthy lifestyle, on creative projects. Whoa. And that also there might be like a need to forgive yourself in whatever past relationship drama happened. And this could be very recent. This could be years ago. It feels like a mixture. It could be reflecting on life and all these different relationships. I mean, I went to light my candle up and I got burned. It was like, ow. Everything that I say, it all applies. Now, take what resonates, leave the rest behind for someone else. If parts of what I'm saying isn't resonating with you, don't like turn it into something. I don't think my Gemini collective does that. Or at least you do it on your own. You don't leave comments like blah, 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 you know. With that being said, I see you really focusing on yourself, on healing yourself. There's creative projects here. Your soul longs to express itself in creative ways. We're guiding you to infuse artistry and creativity into your life. Creative expression makes you feel alive and excited and reignites passion towards your life. And this angel is playing a harp. And then right next to it, I had to pull out some other cards. I had to like get a little bit I kind of detest the cards here and the energy I'm picking up on and going like, is that what I'm picking up on? Am I picking up on like an opening of the heart that means that you have to get into this depth of like your feelings again, old feelings that weren't maybe fully felt out of like self-preservation. And so I pulled some animal cards where I get the weasel, but also the meerkat, like getting support from trusted group of like-minded individuals and being silent and paying attention and simply observing with your eyes, ears, and physical feelings what is happening inside and all around you. See you traveling lightly, simplifying your life. Healing energy is flowing through you. We've got light, delight, innocence, nurturing. Time to go. The sun sets and rises each day, and it's the same with the avenues in your life. See the beauty within each sunset in your life and know that the sun will also rise again tomorrow. Endings are merely the start of new beginnings, and we are with you through each phase and cycle. And so this last animal card that I pulled out was the humpback whale, and it says music is essential to your healing and well-being, whether singing, playing an instrument, or listening. And it just felt like it was validating, obviously like a need for creative self-expression to help emote, but it was validating like the oddity that I was feeling and the intense feelings that I was feeling in watching that music video. I mean, whoa. She kind of gets into it with that, like, sledgehammer a little bit. It's a lot of... it was like, whoa. Whoa. This is a lot of energy. And just, I don't know, I was like having my own flashbacks. So obviously this isn't going to be for all the Geminis out there. However, with the air sign reading that I posted a few days ago, that was talking about multiple people from the past coming back around. And we're in the Mercury retrograde and Venus retrograde energy already, even though Venus is going to go retrograde in less than a week, and then Mercury, a few weeks after. We're already in the shadow phase of both. And when Mercury and Venus go retrograde, the past comes back to the present. It's kind of crazy at times. Literally, you might be hearing from an ex. They might want to get back together. I don't really know the full story yet on the table because we're going to clarify here. But I mean, it's showing that in the past there were things that were blocks. Innocence is here. Time to go. Like answering the call. Like some of you had to straight up leave a relationship in the past. Innocence. Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, as no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy the peace within your heart once more. And I think a lot of you are feeling fairly good about yourselves. I think you're really focused on what you want in your life, and maybe romance has not been the priority. But it's almost blaring in at me now to look at it through that lens, to address the past heartbreaks, and to go into the depths of your heart, not only for forgiveness and all of that. And remember who you are is on the bottom of that. Interesting. Remember who you are. But that it looks like there's an opportunity for new love. Or honestly, for some, a reconciliation and maybe a retry. I can't tell you what's right for you. Sometimes the timing just wasn't right in the past, but the relationship was really good. And if that's the case, and this is a person from your past and they want to try again, it could work. You can re-explore that during a retrograde period. It's still not advised to put a label on it or make a commitment or vow in any sense, so keep that in mind. But if this is a brand new love coming in with this Knight of Cups and this 2 of Cups and this 10 of Cups and this 9 of Cups, if it's new, if it's never been explored in a romantic way, whether it's a brand new person that's a romantic interest, or it's someone in your life, but there's a new way of seeing them, this isn't the time to explore that. It's a time to reflect on those feelings. Okay, so let's be very clear there. However, if in fact there is new, potentially great loving relationship trying to enter that you can put off for after the retrogrades, of course, yes. But if it's coming in and you have a blind eye to it, or you're just you have your blinders on what you're focusing on for yourself only, Okay, you might miss something, right? You might miss an opportunity here. And obviously, if this person comes in and like you have your blinders on, which is fine to do while retrogrades are happening, if you're hearing me correctly here. I'm not trying to give mixed messages. I'm just trying to talk about like different options and ways you can work with the retrograde energy. But if they're just like in and out, obviously it wasn't meant to be anyway. But the energy I'm feeling is like, no matter what is being presented to you maybe at this time in terms of love and options coming your way, the retrograde's a really, really valuable time to reflect on those past heartbreaks and to do some massive healing work. So that in another few months, when we're clear of all the retrograde energy, and it's looking like you might want to explore something with someone in a romantic sense. Well, we want to like do the healing work now. We don't want to be blind to it because that becomes a pattern that looks like it's already been a pattern for a little bit. And you don't want to just remain in that pattern and then like another few years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years goes by and you've gotten so comfortable just in yourself and what you're doing for yourself that when you're like, oh, it would be really nice to be in a loving partnership, and you look back and you go like, oh shit, maybe I should have done some of this healing work earlier. That's what I'm feeling. It's a bit of feeling fine, feeling footloose and fancy free, feeling good, independent, like doing your thing. And I'm like, hi, let's look at some painful things. That's the kind of like, it feels a little heavy, but I'm not trying to bring you down. No, definitely speaking these messages out as clearly as I can. Even I have resistance towards it. It's really hard when you are heartbroken so many times. It's really, it like takes the fun out of wanting to try again. It's easier to just focus on self. So I'm here to like help us both in this, apparently. Because having that song come through, I was in the Taurus video, it was hitting me more in a way of like letting go of past things and taking on some scorpionic energy. And so then to take a break and go run to the grocery store and hear that song come on was like crazy cool validation. Always love when that happens. But when I came home, I was like, well, I'm going to listen to the song and actually listen to the lyrics because I don't really know what she's saying in this song. I don't really know the song very well. And I happened to turn it on. At first it was just the song, but then like I stopped and I did something and I turned it back on and the music video came on. And I was like, whoa, like in my feelings, and it felt uncomfortable. So again, not trying to bring you down, Gemini. No. I'm just trying to help when we have the 8 of Wands and the Wheel of Fortune there. It is the right time to talk about this. View this as a prep video. This is a heavier love feeling video around, clearly the objective here is to heal so that you can experience a beautiful, loving, harmonious, sexy partnership that like is built to last. 10 of Cups. Woo! Okay, now let's clarify. So we have the 6 of Pentacles in the past. It looks like things are balanced in your home environment and your everyday, workflow, like the things that you do. Like I'm picking up on a Gemini collective that is also in the same energy as my Aries collective and my Taurus collective. Although we're all at our different phases of it, I'm speaking overall to human beings who have gifts, who are leaders, who are light workers, who can heal themselves and others, who can make good things happen in this world, which we need so desperately. And we, as a whole, are on a really cool and intense and expansive journey of self-empowerment. And it's happening for like everyone I'm talking about here. And I see it with your energy too. You're stepping into leadership. You do know yourself fairly well. You've been taking the time to focus on yourself. And I do see that you've been doing a lot of healthy things and healing oriented things. And I can put myself in this boat with you guys, whoever I'm speaking to, that like maybe I've avoided my old heartbreak feelings for a little bit too long. Maybe it's been a little bit too long already. So it does. 6 of Pentacles in your past. It's like beautiful. Give and take. Balance. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Clarifying that. And also we've got Judgment. Some of you could be living more so with like friends or siblings in your adult life. And I could also be talking to some Gemini who are still in a relationship that is presenting some pain currently. And if that's the case, then also these cards are signaling that it's time to go. It's time to really pay attention and listen to yourself and take some deep breaths and to really like spend time with, it says, get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. And we do have the 3 of Pentacles here overall. It's the overarching theme. And on the bottom of the cat deck, we have the 9 of Wands in reverse. So feeling kind of beaten down. When it comes to the love life, I'm talking to a collective of Gemini that know what it feels like to go through heartbreak. So if this is you currently, it does look like there's a much more loving relationship that is meant for you, that you could be meeting this person pretty soon. And so no matter what stage you're in this heartbreak journey, I just thought it was a fun visual in the Taurus reading of Miley Cyrus on the wrecking ball. And now I'm like, I haven't seen the 3 of Swords in anyone's reading. I also haven't seen the 10 of Swords in anyone's reading. So we'll get there, right? We're clarifying. But for some of you, you're also waking up to the fact that like your partner currently is not the one. And you could be living with them. Let's clarify the Knight of Cups in the present moment. Your heart is being reactivated. There are some people in your energy that are like, oh, hey, you know, I just don't think you've been taking it too seriously because you know that you're focused on other things. But for some of you with the Three of Wands clarifying this Knight of Cups, this is you looking out in the future and going like, I want something so much better than what I have experienced or what I'm experiencing in love. And I could be talking to some people also who, well, there's like a very few of you that are also maybe like hyper independent. And you have a good like worked out dynamic with the person you live with, even though it's meant to be a loving thing. You kind of are more like roommates now, or worse. I don't know. But you're aware of that. I am definitely not talking to a Gemini right now who is in the best relationship of their life. Okay, so if you're like, I love where I'm at with my partner, then just, you can click off. There will be more readings. It's fine. But this is definitely speaking to people who need to address the pain is in their heart around love so that they can open up to a better love. And you do see in the future a better love for yourself. You know that there's something better out there for you than what you're experiencing or what you have experienced in the past. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay. So the Queen of Swords is up next. She is here in the near future. And I didn't take reversals today with my cat tarot deck, but she did come out in reverse. So, for some of you, you are currently going through the wrecking ball feelings. And this partner, whether they're female, male, whatever, they're in their imbalanced feminine. They like pretend that they're on top of things, but they're like little temper tantrum-y or like off, like on off and kind of unpredictable in some weird ways. They could be also very not nurturing, unnurturing, negligent. And they could say some things that are not very nice sometimes, whether this is a man or a woman that you're in a relationship with. Can we clarify then this Queen of Swords? I just flipped her back upside down now that it's making more sense. I just don't love going into this energy personally, and it's good that I'm doing this. Like, thank you, Gemini, because I need to address some of these topics as well. So we're in good company. I'm here with you. Let's do it. Knight of Pentacles. Super slow mover. Ugh. This is your past. This is your current. That's not working. Okay, super slow. There's a feeling of like, let's just hurry this up and get it over with now. There's a feeling of, oh, I need to get out of this. It's so slow, it's almost stagnant. Nine of Cups. Definitely focusing on what brings you joy, focusing on humanitarianism, on serving others. Yes, you know, your career, your creative projects. I think like by default, it's been much more pleasant to focus in on all of those things. Obvi. Because yeah, there is this kind of like, it's unpredictable, or it comes and goes in waves, or if you're single and you had this like relationship in the past that caused heartbreak for you, that you still need to do some healing around. The memories of it like come and go in waves. And I'm seeing that as new people come in that could represent an opportunity for this 10 of Cups to happen. It brings up some fears, or it brings up some relationship trauma that you might not even be fully aware of specifically what it is. But now you're like, oh yeah, that person really broke my heart, or they cheated on me, or they just left without saying anything, or I don't know what the story is exactly. And it could be all kinds of different ones, you know. So we're healing these things. And you deserve passion. You deserve to feel this inspiration and movement and this yes towards this happiness. But there's either a person still in your life that makes it so that you quite literally, like, you can't or you shouldn't, right? Because you're in a committed relationship. Or it's just the ghosts of the past. Ghost of the past. And now Shaky Graves is coming into my head. Oh, sorry. Oh, God. Oh, that was awful. You and I both know the house is haunted. You and I both know that the ghost is me. Da-na-na-na-na. I'll post that song. At first they say, you and I both know the house is haunted, and you and I both know the ghost is me. But then at the end they change it, and it's, you and I both know the house is haunted, and you and I both know the ghost is you. Ugh. All up in my bed sheets. Okay. Quite a few of you are still in a relationship with someone that you know you need to leave. It's not the most favorite readings for me to do, but again, I appreciate that this is happening. Devil. The devil clarifying the 10 of Cups. No. You're like, it's like, on paper, it's so good. And people are like, oh, how's so-and-so? Or like, and I don't mean any offense, but you know when you see certain couples on like social media and they make it look like everything is good, but then like, when you're with them, the energy doesn't exactly express that. Or like you just kind of know something's like not exactly right there. Or you're friends with someone and you see them posting and you're like, oh, they make it look like it's so good. But when you're together and they've had a drink or two, they like kind of start spouting off about all the bad things. And you're like, huh. And you might be in that. There's no, I'm not trying to make anyone feel bad. I'm just trying to give examples of like, there's something about it looking good on paper and it being presented as though it's really great relationship, but it's like, there's nothing happening. The spark is gone. They're kind of an asshole or a bitch. But it's like, but you're like chained to each other, either because you're in a lease together, you own a home together, you could be married to this person, you could have kids with this person. Again, whoever I'm speaking to, if this is your story, you would know it, okay? This is not just like tra-la-la for anyone, clearly. And that makes sense too. Okay, I'm understanding this reading now. My sweet Piscean moon wants to like really make the best out of things and can put on those rose tinted glasses and be like, no, that's not what it means. So in the outcome, we have the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, we're going to clarify that. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and the Three of Pentacles came out in reverse, as well as the overarching theme when they first came out. Okay, there is a soul tie with this person. You've had past lives with this person if you believe in reincarnation. And this is meant overall for your healing. This is meant for you to really like understand what it is that you want and deserve in a loving partnership. And this is meant to be working for you. Okay. And some of you have more recently left a relationship like this, and you're in that phase of doing some deep healing and understanding what you deserve. You're feeling a little beaten up. Feeling like Miley. Miley is crying in that video. She's doing a lot of weird things in that video that are quite, a little suggestive. But it's still like, it evokes a lot of emotion. And like, God, when you give yourself to someone in a way where you like really think it's going to be forever. And we've got the Eight of Cups. And on the bottom of the deck is the Sun in reverse. You and I both know the house is haunted. Okay, so let's get some, no wonder the energy felt so funky when I was tuning into Gemini. What the fuck is all this about? Excuse my language. Let's get a little romance card here. This is going to be a little bit of a longer reading, but for those of you that this applies, like I really want to get some uplifting advice here for you. I want to do my best. My goal always is to encourage and uplift you and help you to feel empowered. And again, my secret sauce is helping people understand themselves in a whole new, clarifying and empowering way. I am opening up personal readings. I can do a personal card reading for you. But if this is you right now and you are going through a massive, big scale breakup and heartbreak, or you just recently have, or you need help with clearing out some of these old heartbreaks from the past so that you can allow in a true Ten of Cups experience, my main gift is reading birth charts. And I have that open. The info is in my description box. It'll be in the description box of this reading, and I will pin it in the comments section on the top so you can see. And if you'd like to book a birth chart reading with me, that's what I would recommend, honestly. We can look into all of this stuff in your chart and see your natural signature and uncover a lot of clarity for you so that you feel really empowered in yourself moving forward, and so that you also can accept a true love offer without the stigma of the past, the pain, that haunting of the past. Like, what if this is going to happen again? Like, none of us want to be there. None of us want that. We want our love, unrequited love. You can't make this stuff up. And I'm not making fun. I'm just like, spirit. If I think I'm understanding a message, and the Taurus collective like that, maybe the wrecking ball, it does apply. But I didn't go into all this in the Taurus video. That's not what the cards are saying. That's not what the energy was telling me. But for Gemini collective, there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. On the bottom of the deck, healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. That can be where this innocence card is coming. Remember who you are. Some of you have just lost yourself in a romantic sense, and maybe even in your work, or you spend so much time drowning yourself in your work to escape this relationship. We don't need that. No one needs that. We want you to feel light and delight and depth of emotion. You feel safe. It says you deserve love. Which is true. It says you are lovable. Okay, romance cards. This is free yourself on the bottom of the deck. I included this deck in quite a few readings where we only get blah 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 blah. You know, but like the Valentine's Day reading, like that. There were none of these ones, and I said it in that video. I'm like, there are some ones telling you to not do this, and it's like that's all we get with this reading. Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. I'm just thinking which deck to pull from to finish this out. Because there's new love coming in. But this is a blockage. This is an impasse. This is saying reflect and redirect your energy. This retrograde period coming up could be the key for you to release yourself. I'm going to do some angel therapy cards. No wonder, pain in my back. All these things that are just very unusual for me, but I'm feeling them, and I'm clairsentient. Can we get some angel therapy cards for the Geminis that are tuned in still, please? Some hope. I would love to read your birth chart for you. That's where I can absolutely tune into your energy in a way that lasts a lifetime. Like literally that video will always be applicable. You can always go back to it. Third eye chakra, it's safe for you to see the energy of love in all forms, such as angels, auras, and visions. Some of you really are tuning into this mystic healer. And as you dive into this healing, these depths of your soul and your heart, there's a healthy lifestyle. Eat a healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. You could really be tuning into some sort of like career transition as well, where you really get to like nurture others. You could be a nurse, you could be a doctor, you could be a dietitian, a nutritionist. You could also be a healer. You could be a massage therapist, Reiki. You could be into these things, and your work will be able to expand so much. And music is healing for you. Music's essential to your healing and well-being. Creative projects like breathe, like doing these things that are going to help you step into leadership mode and really, really help other people. This is a gift, even though this is challenging. This is a challenging reading. These are challenging feelings. This is challenging to address and acknowledge and accept. And it's time. The time is now. It's time to simplify your life. It's time to, really like ask your friends for some support. Okay, we have cut your cords. Ask Archangel Michael to clear any old attachments to fear that stem from past relationships, freeing you from destructive patterns. The God box and cut your cords. I think that came up in the Aries video today, and the God box came up in the Taurus video. Again, there's so much all three of those videos really could work for this overall collective that I am speaking to. We're all on this very incredibly transformative and kind of intense and exciting journey, but it means we have to leave our past behind. We have to cut cords to anything that's not serving us any longer. And that can be people, relationships, substances, habits, environments, homes, a God box. Write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called a God box, as a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. And then we have manifestation power. Use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. It's Archangel Michael again with his sword of truth. So there's, this is a heavy read. This is intense, and it's coming up because the time is now, and that's a beauty. It's a beauty of a retrograde, is that it really opens up energy for you to reflect and redirect your energy. I mean, we have reflect and redirect your energy. Am I repeating myself? It was covered. I promise. I just said it. Anyway, anything with RE is where you want to help focus those verbs. It's an uncomfortable reading. It's an uncomfortable reading, and I love you guys so much. I'm sending so much love to the Gemini collective, those of you who are feeling these feelings. These are big feelings. These are deep feelings, and the goal here is for you to find your light again, and also your delight in life. I will put all info in the description box if you'd like to book your own reading with me. I would be so happy. I'd be so honored. And otherwise, there will be more videos. There are other videos I've posted already for people who have gone through a divorce or a really heavy breakup. So, you can tune into some of those. There's a Scorpio reading from a few weeks ago, and I think it was Virgo reading as well. But you're stepping into a really much more amazing next phase of your life, regardless of whatever you've gone through or whatever you're going through currently. You can do this. It's just going to take some strength and some guts, a lot of courage. Okay? Sending you so much love, Gemini. I sincerely hope this helps. I will see you in another reading.